If you want to build self-discipline, it would be good for you to listen to the words of Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor from 161 to 180 AD. Marcus Aurelius is considered the last of the 5 good emperors. During his tenure he found time to write a series of autobiographical writings, now known as the Meditations. In these writings, the Roman emperor offered a number of key ideas about how to build self-discipline. Here are 10 of the most important of these ideas. Number 1. Finding your purpose. Self-discipline starts with finding your purpose. Marcus Aurelius says, "I must go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain about if I am going to do what I was born to do, the things I was brought into this world to do? Or was I created to curl up under the covers and stay warm?" Marcus Aurelius believed that each of us has a purpose, something we were created for, and it is our duty to fulfill that purpose, as it is the purpose that gets us out of bed every morning. Self-discipline, he says, is easier when you have a clear understanding of your goals and how your tasks integrate with them. For example, if you have a flat tire and need to change it, your purpose is clear: change the tire as quickly as possible so you can continue. You will accomplish this task no matter how tiring it is. The greatest source of self-discipline is having a reason for doing the task. If you don't know what to do, just start. If you want to be a writer, write every day. If you want to be an artist, draw and create every day. No need for more motivation, research, or advice. Simply start practicing something that interests you and take each day as it comes, because it is your purpose that will give you an inner desire, drive and motivation to propel you towards your goal. Self-discipline is finding compelling reasons to do something and then committing to carrying out that task or activity until the end. Number 2, trust yourself. According to Marcus Aurelius, you must turn your desires into stone, calm your appetites and keep your mind centered on itself. After establishing a solid purpose, it's time to build a practical action plan to help you achieve your goal. Not only should you commit to your goals, but also to all the small actions you will take on the way to those goals. We must be completely committed to doing whatever it takes to get the job done, no matter what challenges present themselves. Self-discipline is the ability to drive yourself to take action, to do what you need to do, regardless of your physical, mental, or emotional state. Everything you want in your life, everything you want to have, be and do, depends on your ability to take the necessary actions to achieve your goals. Whether you feel motivated or not, you can start by forming an effective action plan that includes a deadline for reaching your goal. It should also be built on the foundation of many milestones that break down your goal into manageable parts. Many milestones will ensure that you are working towards your desired outcome in small chunks and blocks of time. This tactic puts you in charge, gives you a sense of control over the tasks and projects you are working on. What you ultimately try to avoid is falling into overload. Overwhelm can quickly degenerate into procrastination, and procrastination can lead to stagnation. And, of course, where there is stagnation, self-discipline cannot exist. Number 3, show up every day. Marcus Aurelius says that you must live your life action by action, be satisfied with each one of them, and achieve your goals as far as possible, because no one can stop you from doing so. Even after establishing a solid purpose and actionable plan, 95% of us fail to achieve our goals. We fail because we are not consistent. You have to show up every day and do the work. The simple act of showing up and immersing yourself in your activity does wonders for mental toughness. Build focus and face the arduous process of achieving something great. You must invest countless hours of work before reaping any benefits. Self-discipline is nothing more than the habit of consistency, finding the motivation to do something repeatedly until it becomes automatic and you start to see results. Even if you fail once, for example, if you don't exercise when you know you should, that doesn't define your character. Your ability to move forward is what molds you into a disciplined and strong person. A bad day doesn't have to become a bad week. A bad week doesn't have to become a bad year. The moment you wake up, remember that a new day is a new life and keep moving forward, opening your eyes and focusing on what you have in front of you, which is life itself. Number 4. Practice voluntary adversity. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, we must discipline ourselves in small things and, from there, move on to things of greater value. Practicing voluntary adversity means constantly putting yourself through testing and routinely making life uncomfortable in some way. We are strengthening ourselves for the day when we need to truly live it. Voluntary adversity could be skipping a meal and going hungry for a night, taking a shower with cold water, not smoking, sleeping on the floor, leaving your coat at home when you know it's cold and rainy, or donating half your clothes to charity. You can choose to spend a few days without social media or keep your smartphone in a drawer. Do this often enough and you will begin to understand what scarcity and adversity feel like, and that you can live with both if necessary. Number 5. Practice the dichotomy of control. Marcus Aurelius says that you have power over your mind, not over external events. Understand this and you will find strength. Being distressed by trivialities is terrible for discipline. You have a goal, you are working, and then the thoughts and anguish about something external, something outside of your control, divert you. The best you can do in these circumstances is to apply Epictetus' dichotomy of control. Reinforce yourself with what is within your control and what is outside of your control. If you accept what is out of your control, you will experience tranquility. Use the following words the next time you feel distressed and distracted. Do you have a problem in your life? No. So, don't worry. Yes. So, don't worry. Number 6. Never play the victim. In the words of Marco Aurelio, do your work without complaints. Have you ever said any of these phrases? This is how I was born, I never learned anything different, my parents set a bad example, everyone else does. What are these excuses that people use to justify staying as they are, instead of striving to improve? You need to take responsibility. The "why me" mentality is the enemy of mental fortitude. It may not be your fault, but your life depends on you to determine what is within your control and take those things into your own hands. You must train yourself to see things this way, instead of immediately resorting to self-pity. It's certainly easier to blame others when something goes wrong, but only those with a degree of mental fortitude can step forward, even when it's not their fault, and right the ship. Be that person who intervenes and takes action, not the one who looks to the side and blames others. When you victimize yourself or your current situation, you relinquish control and absolve yourself of personal responsibility. Without a sense of ownership, meaningful progress becomes an impossible task. Number 7. Practice delayed gratification. Marco Aurelio says that you were born to feel good, instead of just doing things and trying them. Don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants, the spiders, and the bees carrying out their individual tasks, putting the world in order in the best possible way? And you, are you not willing to do your job as a human being? Why don't you hurry to do what your nature demands? Delayed gratification implies the ability to wait to get what you want. Imagine a company party when you are faced with trays of delicious and tempting food, but you are trying to lose weight. If you give in and fill your plate with fatty things, it could throw off your diet, but if you resist and spend the night eating salad and nibbling on carrots, you'll presumably receive an even greater reward in the future by losing those unwanted pounds and being able to fit into your pants. Favorite genes. This ability to resist temptation and stay focused on our goals is often known as self-discipline, and delaying gratification is commonly seen as a central part of this behavior. We postpone what we want now to maybe get something more, something better, later. Number 8. Ignore detractors. Marco Aurelio says that, when someone blames you, hates you, or expresses similar criticisms, look into their souls, penetrate their interior and observe what kind of people they are. You will realize that there is no need to be distressed by the private opinion they have about you. Every time you stray from the norm and assert, even if just to yourself, that you believe you have a special purpose in life and will do whatever it takes to achieve it, you will attract detractors. Detractors are people who criticize, oppose, or resist something. They love to tell you that you can't do it, that you don't deserve it, but they are afraid of progress, so they oppose everything, and their opinions are harmful to your self-discipline. You must realize that allowing yourself to be disturbed by the opinion of someone you don't know or respect is as absurd as being angry at the weather. It's a waste of energy. Their voices don't deserve to be heard. Do not hand over your peace of mind to strangers so that they can disturb it as they see fit. You should actively seek honest feedback from those you respect, but if someone has a history of being a detractor, ignore them. Number 9. Find wise people to emulate. Marcus Aurelius says that it is appropriate to socialize even with men of good character to model your life after theirs. Whether you are someone alive or from the past, it is time to look for answers outside of yourself to strengthen your self-discipline. Let's specifically identify the following models. Your role model could be friends, family, or colleagues who have already achieved a goal you are working towards. Ask yourself who is doing this now, who has successfully achieved this goal, who has successfully mastered this habit, who has successfully made this change, who has the necessary self-discipline in this area, and what can I learn from this person that might help me on my way. Take time to ask them how they disciplined themselves, how they performed specific actions that gave them the desired result. Then, use your experience to help you discipline your own personal journey. Number 10. Honestly review your day. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, these are the characteristics of the rational soul: self-awareness, self-examination, and self-determination. She reaps her own fruit, succeeds in her own purpose. One of the best ways to be more disciplined is to examine yourself and find your weaknesses. Be brutally honest and use this to connect with your subconscious. Practicing nightly retrospection consistently will allow you to be more aware of each step of your day, as you will be actively gathering information to formulate and articulate constructive answers to these questions. Ask yourself what I did well today, where my discipline and self-control were tested, where I did it well, what I did wrong, why this happened, and also how I can improve. Now you know how you can improve tomorrow, but don't punish yourself. Be like Seneca and forgive yourself. Have some compassion for yourself. Research shows that forgiving yourself, not punishing yourself, prevents you from continuing to procrastinate and not just being critical of yourself. Think about what you did well so you can repeat it tomorrow. Thank you for the good things that happened today. I hope you found value in the content. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. Your comments and suggestions are very important to me, so leave them below.